By roads, by boat, and by train, all modes of transportation here in Brockville. We're live where you live with CTV Morning Live, and I'm standing in an important historical part of Brockville, and in fact, something that folks from Brockville are very proud of. It is the railway tunnel, not just any railroad tunnel, but the very first ever in Canada. Is that right? Doug Grant is on the tunnel committee. So a lot of history in this tunnel, right?
Oh, you'd betcha. It's 151 years.
Wow.
Since it was opened.
Is that
and
right?
Even longer since they started constructing.
When did they start constructing?
1854.
And how long did it take to make something? First, well, before I ask you that, how long is the tunnel itself?
It's less than 600 yards. It's about 528 yards.
So that's around 1,800 feet or so?
Yeah.
Okay, so
right.
1,800 feet, and you can see the construction is incredible. It's big stone, and how long did it take for them to make it?
Well, it took 6 years from the beginning to the end, but they had financial difficulties in the middle, which stalled it at times.
So it would have been even quicker. And imagine, without the technology we have today, to be able to throw something up like this, even in 6 years, I think is impressive.
That's right. It was both built. These stones that we see here were put together, but further on it's blasted through solid rock.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so what does the tunnel go underneath?
At the present time, it goes right under our city hall, which is behind us, and it goes up the street and runs for about 4 blocks.
Okay.
And it comes out at the other end at Pearl Street.
Now, so this line actually went all the way down to the waterfront area, is that right?
When it opened, it probably just stopped about here, but they took it down to the island, which is down there. We call it Blockhouse Island.
Right.
And Blockhouse Island is now a peninsula, but it's another one of Brockville's favorite parks.
And this is how we would get goods from the shipping containers, or even from a ferry from across in the United States, and bring them right in through the tunnel and off to wherever you needed those things to go.
That's right. Boats on the St. Lawrence were very important, and transportation on the river was the main way in the early days. But when railroads came in, everybody wanted one, and this area, in conjunction with the Grand Trunk Railway, which was going east and west from Montreal to Toronto, this was going up to the Ottawa Valley to extract whatever things like lumber and bring them down to the boat.
Oh, even perfect, even better. Yeah. David is the chairman of the tunnel committee. David, we see a lot of people come here to Brockville, and you see them down here having a look, don't we?
Yes, yeah. It's a great area to have tourists come through. Our main goal is to get the tunnel open. There's a link of paths that go through Brockville, so we could have cycling, walking, and hopefully at some time a trolley that might go through here.
So is that in the works? You're hoping to make that happen, where people can actually do the entire length of the tunnel?
Yes.
At this point, you can see some signs here. Yeah. You can only come in a few feet, right? So you'd have to put lighting in, and those are things.
Lighting, yes. And right now we're having. The committee is working on finding a firm that will come in and make sure that the tunnel is safe to be open. We'll look at getting drainage and other things in place so that we can open the tunnel right up to the north end.
What a cool attraction that would be. It is already, and imagine being able to come right through. I want to really quickly here, Jim Clark is a committee member as well, and you've actually driven trains into this tunnel.
Well, not officially. I work for Canadian National, not Canadian Pacific.
Right.
Occasionally, we would bring our switcher down, because even in the 50s and the 60s, there were still some industries here that used the railway. Of course, by that time, the concern was a lot of the equipment was too big to fit through the tunnel.
Right, too tall, right? Yeah.
And eventually, of course, the steel-tired boxcar got replaced with a rubber-tired boxcar. The tunnel became redundant.
Right. Well, Jim, thanks for sharing your memories with us, and to the committee, best of luck with the further development of this amazing railway tunnel. Coming up, we're going to be talking more about the history of Brockville and learning more about this incredible city. We're on Market Street West. Come on by and check us out live where you live with CTV Morning Live.